Good morning, YouTube. Just wanted to do a video this morning after watching all the debate last night. If you missed it on the Senate, I'm sure you could look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's a couple clips on there at least. I don't think you'll find. Just go and look on YouTube. I think you'll find it. Probably about 13 hours worth. Won't fit, but I'm sure they got a couple hours on there of the filibuster that was going on yesterday, and really makes you wonder, is there still hope that we might be able to avoid some of the mess we're in, or the tyranny and impending tyranny that seems like is upon us every day. It almost gave you hope. There was a lot of good action and talk up there, and a lot of support. Unfortunately, a lot of it was based upon party. People who previously had, opposed, drones and things like that weren't present because they belonged to a certain party. And there were those that were of a certain party who decided to show up and speak, who in the past had voted for drone use, NDAA, all those other things. And people can change. People can become more educated on the subject, I guess, and about how constitutional rights should be violated or can't be violated by the federal government. But I guess we'll see. But it was very energetic, the filibuster as a whole. I got to listen to quite a bit of it on the radio, and I got home and I started watching it, and it was probably the most talk about the Constitution that we've seen in the Senate in quite a long time. And no rhetoric, no bomb throwing, just straight, hey, this is what the Constitution says, this is what our responsibilities and duties are in the executive and federal branches. We want some answers, and those answers didn't come. People were too busy going to dinner with the chosen one there and doing what they were doing. But that's unfortunate that people couldn't put more attention to it. And this morning, it's like it's never happened on the news. Listening to the news already this morning and checking out a couple places, it's like, unless you're on the Drudge Report, it didn't even occur. Nobody cares. It's more about, hey, Obama had dinner with these people, and that's the most important subject, among a couple other things. That's disheartening. That makes you feel that maybe there's not hope. But there were a lot of Americans watching, and a lot of people beginning to understand the nature of those things, and that regardless of party, there are people that will stand up for your rights and things like that. So that was, hopefully people saw that and become more aware of what's going on around them, and what people are doing to them, what the government's trying to do to them outside of the rule of law. So I encourage you, if you missed it, to go watch that first hour, at least, of the filibuster that happened yesterday. And I know about hour 5 to 6, there was some good discussion. And then the last couple hours, a lot of the other senators showed up and put their 5 cents in. So look where your senator was at last night. What they were doing. I know I had the misfortune, none of mine showed up, and I think a lot of that is based upon, well, one obviously is the majority leader, so he couldn't do that. He showed up and tried to shut it down, and he got kicked off the floor promptly. And then our other senator, I think, didn't show up because it's about business. They just awarded a big contract to a drone manufacturing company up here that's based in northern Nevada, and I'm sure he didn't want to be seen as being less than supportive of that business, which doesn't make any sense. A business can produce things. That doesn't mean the government still, you support the government violating the Fifth Amendment or anything else. It'd be like a gun manufacturer, still not going out and supporting the right to due process, same respect. guns can be used to kill people by the government as well as drones can be. That didn't make any sense why you would do it for that reason, but I have a suspicion that's a large part of why he didn't show up, and hopefully Senator Heller comes to see that the right side of what needs to be supported, and that's not the majority view or the minority party view either in the Senate. They need to wake up. So is there hope for us? Politically, we may be able to keep everybody off our backs long enough that the economy and the currency will collapse in a manner that will prevent an outright police state. I think that's the only thing we can hope for, is that we will collapse peacefully by imposing a police state and the things that will come along with that. So I think politically, as far as what they're doing there, that's all we have to look forward to, is that there's enough people willing to stand up for the Constitution. And Senator Paul invoked a lot of talk about essentially what the president wants to do, and the executive branch was giving a nod to, is martial law. And that, if you say that you can drone strike somebody sitting down here on a coffee in the United States, you're invoking martial law. And that's pretty much the case. And we know, that would be a police state, and it's without any other name. And the president is doing those things on his own, without authorization, without approval, or without any form of amendments that would be required to the Constitution. And in the filibuster, they just wanted the president to say, hey, I won't kill Americans on American soil or aren't posing a threat. And they're not willing to do that because they don't want to give up any power. They don't want to cede over what they consider their power to kill and pick and choose what they want when they want it. And that's not good either. But at least there's some people that are willing to hopefully prevent the executive branch from taking over in that manner. So like I said, once the currency collapses, hopefully they'll have enough split power there that we can go peacefully into that destitute nation status without the imposition of all the other stuff. But I'm not hopeful, but or I'm not saying it's likely, but it would be a nice change. But I think we all know that's coming. The dollar cannot hold up. The dollar is going to collapse. If you haven't seen my video I talk about, just recently made about the dollar versus silver, monopoly money, the kids, just to prove a point. Everybody knows the dollar's worthless. It doesn't mean anything without the financial system behind it. And once other nations stop recognizing it, and you have so much of it, it's going to be worthless. All going to be in pain. I'm going to put a link to a video below of a video that I watched that was made, I think it was made a couple years ago, that really breaks down. I mean, I've seen lots of things about inflation and money and stuff, but this really broke down how the inflationary rate of the currency that we have has not hit us yet, and how it will come around to hit us like a boomerang, I guess you'd say, with all the money that's been printed or put into the computer with digits, how that will come around to bite us in the future, and when, who knows, but it's pretty good. It's a long video, but it's very well done. It shows a lot of information if you're into money in general, about the dollar and silver and gold, and just the markets and how everything works, real estate, investments in general. It kind of does apply to investments in general. Check it out. It's worth an hour to watch it. But so that's where we are. Alright, hope everybody's doing good. I got to get a couple more videos out. There's a couple of contests that are going on out there that I got to get VRs to that I haven't been able to yet. I'm hoping to get entered before they end, but getting some support out there for some people. We got some winter that's finally decided to show back up around here. We got a little bit of snow yesterday, and finally got some decent cold weather for about the last month. We've been pretty warm, which isn't good for summertime when you need water. We got to have snow around here to get water in the summer. So everybody be good. We'll talk to you soon, and stay involved and get informed.